what did you understand about GSoC and what did you read about
Yeah,
GSoC?
yeah. So like as far as GSoC is concerned, so it's just like an opportunity to contribute to like popular open source projects where the project is distributed all over organizations, and they pick up the students depending on their interests and their skills so that they can like take ahead their open currently ongoing on open source projects. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so
So
that's
you
what I
can,
understood.
yeah, so you can go with the timeline. You can click on about section or I think main homepage. We will
Hmm.
quickly go with the timeline.
Yeah, so like as of now, the student registrations hasn't been started, but you can like browse through the organizations and probably their ideas. I mean, what are they are gonna implement and what are they
Yeah,
planning to
so
implement?
I just wanted to give overview about the timeline. So if you go to the last, uh, so if you scroll down, you will see timeline button at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, here organization's announcement is done. So student application will start on 29th of March. Okay, and will
Mm-hmm.
go till 13th of April. So organization list is announced. So around 200 and 210 organization
Mm-hmm.
accepted in this year GSOC. So what student have to do basically just go through the or the organization, understand your interest area, in which interest area you are want to contribute. So there are many categories like web development. So if you click on
So
category
what category you
section,
suggest? I mean,
so it's totally personal interest. So you have to figure it out what your interest area is, what you are currently studying, what is your major subject, and so on. So like mostly people go with the web or some library,
so
right?
which is the most popular category among these?
There are no such things, man. So here, if you like, if you are more into data or databases, like
Hmm.
you like Cassandra, you like NoSQL databases, Couchbase, or s- s- kind of those things. So you can go through all the organizations, go to click on any organization. Let's say you can click anyone. So yeah. So here you can click on learn more and go to the idea list. So this
Okay.
is the idea list they update. So the first thing is you have to read all the ideas, all the
Hmm.
related links, and see if you are really interested to on this particular
So yeah,
section or
one question
topic.
regarding these ideas. So these ideas are given by the organization or by the prospective students?
So this is organization. So
Okay, okay.
right now we see like organization list is announced. So what organization does it like, they first propose the idea list to GSoC team. So GSoC
Hmm.
team will review the idea list.
Hmm.
Okay, they will see the each project repository in GitHub. They see if they are currently active, they are
Hmm.
being maintained by some contributor, they have any kind of activity like documentation, they are or any PR or issue list or project idea list they have
Hmm.
maintained or not. So something like that. So these things will be reviewed by GSoC team, and once
Hmm.
they see, yeah, this project is really cool, and organizations are really wanted to go ahead with the project and do the enhancement,
Hmm.
they propose the idea list, right?
Okay.
So this is how they do. So they list it out all the idea list they have, uh, and they want to complete those projects in this year GSoC.
Okay. Got it.
And so yeah, so the idea list is given by the organization basically. And if you go into details of the any idea list, you will see there are lots and lots of details. Some of them do not have much detail, but if you see, if you read the idea description, you will get some idea about the
Yeah, yeah.
their actual goal or actual um, actual task, right?
Hmm.
So some of them are like done in last year GSoC also. They just want to enhancement and do the
Okay.
to do task, some kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, the first thing is you have to go through all the organizations and read idea list and figure it out. You just have to tick mark or write it down somewhere that you are interested in this organization and this is the idea list. You understood some point and can contribute. If you find it difficult, it's not a problem. If it is difficult, then you just have to go to contact person for that idea list. So if
Hmm.
you open the tab, the second tab you have opened, right?
This one.
Yes. So if you scroll down, you will see most of the template are very much similar. So difficulty level is medium, the description and the expected results, and the knowledge required. So you can easily see what is your skill set and who is
So
the
the
mentor.
best
So
thing to select an idea from an organization is just by the skills, and like you can always get more information from the people mentioned if you are not comfortable with the content that is
idea,
present.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, exactly. So you understand the idea description. So you understand around 20% or 30%, or maybe you can understand fully. But yeah, you must have some questions to ask to mentors. So here there are some mentors name. Okay, so
Hmm.
you can contact them by their mailing list or mail. I will not recommend to mail them directly or ask in
Okay.
Slack channel directly. You can just ask them in mailing list. So every organization, I think most of the organization have Google group or Slack channel. So you just open their
Okay.
Slack channel and ask publicly and mention those mentors into that Slack channel. So what it happens is like other contributors, other
Can
developers
also
also get to
benefit
know
from it.
about.
Okay.
Yeah, they will understand your question and try to answer it. If mentors are not available, if mentors are available, then they will add more points into that.
Hmm. Okay.
So this will give the impression to other developers and they will get to know about you, that you are interested in this project.
Hmm.
So yeah. So what area you are looking for?
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm a bit confused about. Maybe like you can like help me like suggest selecting some organization which is a bit less competitive and stuff. So, yeah. So, what do you suggest
Yeah.
according to your experience and perspective?
There is no such like you should not focus on competitions, how many students are focusing on one project. But yeah, sometimes it helps to understand if you see someone is really doing great job in one project idealist. So you might want to do the second project, something like that. But the first thing is you just focus, you just pick your idea description,
Hmm.
the project idea. So you just focus on your project idea, you just shortlist 5 or 10 idea list and then
Ideas or
figure
organizations?
you so I will suggest so you might be following some of the organization already, so you
Hmm.
might be familiar with some of the organizations, so you can start with those organizations
Okay.
like CNCF is one of the organization.
Like
CNC
Postman. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
for example, let's
Postman is
consider
also.
this.
Yeah. So let's say yeah, you are following Postman organization and you can
Hmm.
use so you will understand some terms and how they work, how their community is. Okay. So they are following
So,
Google
these are the
Doc, that is
ideas.
also one. Yeah. So pretty much you should first see the skill set required. If not, it's not a problem. They don't expect that you are expert in those skill set. No one
Hmm.
expect that. You should be learning that, or you should have some knowledge to start into it. If you haven't start that also, that is also fine. You can start now and get the basic understanding. And first thing is just pick some open issue for that project. in GitHub repository. So you will
Okay,
just
okay, wait. I mean, that's so one more thing. So like you told, picking up open issues from the source code, but how does that relate to the ideas here?
yes, exactly. So here in my few of the videos, I have explained how you can get into any organization. So let's say you pick the postman. So
Hmm.
you go through the repository.
Hmm.
Okay. So before working on any idealist, you should be at least familiar with their code base. Okay,
Okay.
so if you understand their code base, then you can easily understand their project idea, what that
Makes sense.
they are trying to do. If you understand their code base, or if you have solved any of the open issues, you will get some confidence that you have set up the development environment, you have run and debug the actual project in your local machine, and it will show the mentors or other developers that you have worked on it, so you have already set up the development version and have good understanding about the project. And once
Okay.
you do these things, initial things, then you will read again the idea page and you just recall what are the actual tasks they wanted to do in this idea
So
list,
like before
right?
you told that to shortlist 5 organizations. So do I have to like run the do the same process for every organization that is like setting up their code bases in my local? I mean, don't you think like it will be?
So yeah. So this task is a bit tricky, and someone have to really understand their interest area, and they have to focus on.
Oh, okay.
So I said to choose 5 to 10 idea list, right? Project idea. So
Hmm.
I said that so that you don't distract yourself so much. So
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
if you shortlist 10 and then try to set up 10 repository, you will understand, okay, this is not my cup of tea, or you can I can't continue with this project idea. I'm not getting much information about the idea list, or I'm not getting any help from the mentors
Okay,
or other developers. So you will just remove one by one 8 idealist, and then you will focus only 2. So at least you should be getting answers from the mentors or other developers, or you are easily able to set up some repository in your local machine. So if
okay.
you set up that easily, that means that is your interest area. You understand, you have good knowledge about those programming languages or the skill set.
And
That's why you are able
like
to.
right after like setting up the repositories and stuff, I can like maybe contact the concerned people and like tell them that I have set up the local environment. Like, is it
So
supposed to be like
here,
that?
so let's say you just open any of the GitHub repository for the Postman or any other organization. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Okay.
say you open for, okay, new members. So let's say you okay, okay, let's see Postman only. So
Hmm.
okay, so this is a
Yeah,
repository,
I
and
can open another repository if you want. I mean, if you can suggest
yeah,
anything.
it's fine, it's fine. Most of them are very much similar. So yeah, this is Newman project under Postman, right? So if you
Hmm.
go to README file, you will see most of the contents. So if you scroll down, you see table of content getting started, uses, command line option, API reference, reporter. So you should
Hmm.
go through each and every link, that
Okay.
really means each and every link, and you just try to understand what they are trying to uh, tell us, why they have written so much documentation. You should not just randomly ask your any kind of questions. So it is like developers are mostly volunteers, or uh, doing part-time, so
Hmm.
they expect some real good questions and really good contributors. So they can answer your silly questions also if it is repeated, but it's better to read all this documentation first, and then if you have any question, or if you are trying to set up but you are not able to set up, if you trying
Hmm.
to uh, install some npm packages and you are
Okay.
getting some error with the steps given in
Yeah,
that
maybe then I can like ping them
wiki.
if I'm having problem in local environment
Yeah,
setup.
so you should not ping individually. You should basically start a post in Google group, or you can start a,
Thread in Slack, I
message
mean, whatever.
Slack. Yeah, yeah, in main channel. So related people can easily answer. Anyone can answer. Even other
Okay.
contributors can answer who are trying for GSoC.
Hmm.
So in this way, you will get good impression. Also, you are trying to do something, and yeah, people will get to know about it.
Okay.
So this is the general flow. So you
Hmm.
pick the project idea and trying to shortlist what is your interest area and what you can set up, and then
Hmm.
trying
Hmm.
to understand the idea list.
Yeah,
So
so
if you
the
start the contribution, then you will get to know about the idea list better.
okay, so I mean, I will just like wrap it up. So I mean, select the organization, go through their code base, try to set up, I mean, their code in your local machine, and like if you're facing any problems, ping on the group, and that these are the stuff that you need to do before preparing the application or submitting the application.
Yeah, yeah. So let's open SymPy repository. I will show you how many people are working on it, and you know how they are trying to trying for this year. So how was their plan?
Okay.
So here we see 3.6K open issues. Okay, and there are around 500 pull requests.
Hmm.
So so you if you see the readme file and try you are able to set up it quickly, you can easily pick any easy to fix issue. So
Okay.
okay, so you go through the readme file, you set up the development workflow in your local
Hmm.
machine. That is pretty easy for some of the libraries. For some of the libraries, it is not well documented, so you will get problem. But you can easily ask in Slack channel or Google group. So this is how you should proceed. And once you set up, you can easily go to labels. So if you go to labels, good first issue. So this is a good first issue label they have. So
Hmm.
go back. This is just go back. If you filter the labels, so there is label, right? So so they have categorized their whole module into some tags. So whenever there is any issue, they quickly tag with the module name. So here if you write easy,
Hmm.
so yeah, so easy to fix, right? So I will suggest to go with easy to fix
Okay.
tables, and because that those are some of them are really easy to fix. That means you can easily understand the description of the ticket, and you can solve it.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Okay.
if you are really familiar with the code base, then you can pick any kind of issue. That's not a problem. But yeah, easy to fix is like I will suggest. But you can pick any of the module. So once you so let's say you are trying to work for solver module of this empire. So you can also filter out the labels with solver module and try to see how many
Okay.
easy to fix are there.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
So there are solver modules, right? So here it is.
Hmm.
So let's say under the solver module, they have too easy to fix. So you can try, you can just comment out you want to work on it. I have set up the development workflow, and if there is no one is working on it, you can just quickly go through it. If you didn't, if you get some issue, then you can ask in their Gitter channel. So this way you can easily one by one you will just whatever issue you are getting, you solve it and then open the PR.
No,
So
assume that I got like one PR merged and stuff, but how do I like relate to that? application? I mean, that's the question.
The idea.
Yeah, the idea.
Yeah. So why I'm focusing on to solve some of the open issues. So the first thing is you get to know about the code base. You
Okay.
get to know about more features about the project. So let's say you
Hmm.
are trying to for solar module. So solar module have one project under Simpai. So
Okay.
you you pick some issue, closed open PR, so that will show the mentors and the developers that you
Hmm.
have worked on it. You have good knowledge about the code base, and if you have good
Okay.
knowledge of the code base, then you can understand the idea list better, the
Better,
project
and yeah,
idea.
contributed well. Okay.
Yeah. So let's say you want to do task one. So let's say you want to add one more feature in solver module.
Hmm.
Okay, you worked on one of the sub module under the solver.
Hmm.
Okay, so you will easily understand how you can create API for your new module.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So
Okay.
let's say you want to add one more method XYZ in one of the uh, method, let's say linear solver. Okay,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
want to add xyz method, then you will easily understand how it flows through the linear solver. So it solves the linear system in it solves the linear system, basically linear equation system. So you get more ideas and you discuss more ideas with the mentors,
Hmm.
and then your proposal will be better. So you can't just think and you can write the proposal, right? You first have to experiment that this will work or not. So let's say you want to do task one. So you have to
Task one means, are you talking about this issue or?
any general, I'm just saying task XYZ. So let's say you want to do task XYZ. So you have to
Hmm.
first understand what are the subtasks you have to complete to do the task XYZ. So
Hmm.
you can't sit and think, okay, I will do this, and this will be my approach, and I
Hmm.
will write it down in my proposal, and mentors will appreciate. This will not going to happen. So you sometimes it may happen if you have really confident about your approach, but
Hmm.
the better approach will be if you want to do task XYZ, you collected what are the things you have to do, task xyz dot 1, xyz dot 2.
Hmm.
Okay, so you try experimenting if that will work or not. So how you can experiment, you can open PR. Okay, so show this to mentors or other developers, will it work if I'm trying to do with this approach? So you can say sample PR. Okay, so like don't merge this PR, this is just
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
demo
Hmm.
person. And there you can show I want to do this, this will be the method, and you don't have to complete that method. Okay, so let's say you want to do some kind of
Yeah,
feature in one
let's
method.
take this example. I mean, and then do.
uh, yeah, so okay, so if you see someone, so you can see any of the PR. Okay, let's see
Hmm.
what are the PRs open. Okay, so here you can see to do function signatures, something added. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, so if you open this PR, let's just see. So here in this PR, they wanted to do some kind of changes in CLI. Okay,
Hmm.
so similarly, you have some task in the project idea list. You can
Okay.
just create a dummy PR and show that you want to do
That this is how
this.
I will be approaching if accepted.
Uh, so yeah, so you can start experimenting basically. So if you
Okay.
try in your local machine, I am trying to do this, will it work? So if it will work, then can you improve in this later on? So let's say you have some approach in your mind for that task
Hmm.
XYZ, you just share it
So,
with
like
mentors
one
and
more thing.
developers
So the
openly.
so this task you're talking about is related to the idea, right?
Yes, idealist.
That's how
So
that's how we show our interest in that particular idea by
yeah, so
experimenting with our approaches, like talking to contributor that this can be done like this, and showing it in
yeah.
form of a pull request.
Yeah, so
Okay.
let's again think about the timeline. So you have around 2 months now. So they have a shorter period this year in GSoC. Previously, it used to be 3 months or 3.5 months
Hmm.
coding period. Now I think it is for 2 months. So the project idea will be smaller than previous one. So the idea will be some big paragraph. So you first understand the task for
Like
completing
what
those
is
things,
supposed to be
right?
done. Then I will like start experimenting on my own and like probably tell them
So,
that what I'm
okay,
doing.
let's say about Postman. So Postman is like we can put our get URL, post URL, put URL, and
Hmm.
you get some response through the request. Let's say
Hmm.
you want to add some new feature. Okay, so that is the idea
Okay.
behind the project idea is something like so let's say just assume so let's say right now it is just doing HTTP. You want it to work for gRPC or gRPC call also. So what are the
Hmm.
changes you have to do? So the idea list is
Okay.
like Postman should support the gRPC call also. So so
Can we
like
put own? Can we put our
hypothetical
own ideas
situation.
as well? No, right?
So if they have put if they have given you some section, you can put your own idea also. So let's say so Simpai basically have this option like
Okay.
they can if you are suggesting totally new idea, you can just open your uh,
Hmm.
Google open their Google group and show your idea and
Okay.
CC the main lead developers and GSoC team. So they
Hmm.
will read your idea, and if they find that yeah, this is really interesting and should be part of it, they will add it
Hmm.
in their project idea list. And
Okay.
if you give them proper approach and timeline that you in the first 5 days you will be doing this, the next week you will be doing this, the next week you will be doing this, and next week like evaluation, before evaluation you want to complete this, so this will like proper organized approach you have. So you have the whole timeline now. So every week what you want to do, every day what you want to
And this
complete.
is applicable for our own
Any,
ideas and the ideas that are already present.
yes, yeah, any. So I am
Okay.
just talking about in general.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you have a proper approach, you just share with mentors and they will say, okay, this will work, this will not work. Then you just rectify your approach and give the new approach. Okay, this will work, this will not work. And then they will say, no, your approach will not work. And but you are sure that your approach will work. Then you can just open the PR and show them this is what I want to do. And you can just share the larger picture in the proposal, uh, right? So you just
Okay.
show some demo PR. Okay, so you want
Hmm.
to do this, and the larger picture you can put in proposal. So what did this happens is like mentors will understand. Okay, you are really interested, and you have like
Makes sense.
go through each idea list and subtask you want to complete in the whole GSoC period.
Okay.
So if you have done this, I'm 100% sure the proposal will be accepted. So I'm telling the perfect way, and I've
Hmm.
given this idea to around 4 to 5 students, and I think all of them are selected. So
Okay.
this is the approach everyone should do. There are other ways also, but this will work for sure.
Okay. So I mean, so maybe like I will like get started with the organizations. I mean, seeing their code bases and like start. I mean, structuring how these ideas, how a particular idea can be solved. I mean, by setting it up on my local and stuff. Cool, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So let's say some organization mentors are really helpful and they quickly reply. That means they are more interested in completing that project. So so you get quicker answers. You quickly set up the repository. So
Hmm.
you can put that idea list in your in you can mark it like, yeah, I want to do this.
Shortlisted.
Yeah, shortlisted. Another idea list, let's say you are not able to set up, you are not getting much information about the idea, then you
Hmm.
can mark it, yeah, this will not going to work. So you will just remove it on your list. So at the end, you should have two project ideas. But yeah, you can actually upload three project ideas in GSoC portal, I think.
Okay.
And but I will suggest don't go more than two. You
Hmm.
can't focus more than two. And but in my personal experience, I only focus on one. So so like if you are focusing on two idealists, that means you have to manage your time with two idealists, and you
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
talk to two different organization, or maybe same organization but two different mentors, two different
Yep.
type of
Yep.
mentors. So this will like double your work. If
Hmm.
instead of focusing on two projects, you if you focus on one project 100%, then every time you are thinking about one project. You
Hmm.
get one, if you are getting one idea for one project and next idea for second project, instead of
Hmm.
doing that, you are getting two ideas for one project, right? So
Okay.
you are improving your proposal.
Proposal. I mean,
So
yeah, focused on one. I
you
mean, instead of.
yeah, so yes, you can focus on one. This is my recommendation, but yeah, people do two project
Okay.
also. They upload two project, they get selected into two, and they pick any of them. So yeah, but sometimes it is like not manageable. I
Hmm.
don't think it is manageable for common students like me, but yeah,
Yeah.
some people can manage.
Okay.
So let's say when I started, I wanted to do for Simpai, and I was doing for around 3 months. Then I see there are more than five students working on same project. So there are so much competition. But
Okay.
instead of focusing on the competition, I focus on my idealist idea
Hmm.
project. I didn't move to other organization and selected. I started from scratch. Instead of starting from scratch, I again started my improving my project idealist. So so I created more than 60 PRs before GSoC, and uh, then I show them what I want to do. I create a
Hmm.
timeline. I discuss each and every task that I written in proposal. So they were not waiting for my proposal. They already knew my proposal, that I'm going to propose this
Hmm.
solution. So they already know about me, but they have so much competitions. There are five students, and so instead of there are 10 students are working on same project. There are around five students, they are really good, and in the five they have to pick one or two. So mostly they
Okay.
pick one, but sometimes if they see like everyone is two students are really good and they can't neglect the second proposal, then they just
Hmm.
distribute the whole
Okay.
big task into two, and then they select two.
Hmm.
So that happened with me. So there are so much competition. They selected two students for one project,
Hmm.
and the next year it happens with me again. So again there are 3 to 4 students working on the same project, and instead of focusing on different organization, I pick the same organization, and like
Hmm.
focusing on the same project, I discuss each and every task and show them this is what I want to do. I
Hmm.
show them the demo also. So
Okay.
if you show the demo, then you are like 50% already done with your task,
I mean,
because
before
you
you,
already know.
I mean, you showed the demo before you submitted the application.
Yeah. So this is what you want to do. You have shown the approach and how it will work, how it will improve the performance wise, the code wise, the code modularity, and like code
Okay.
quality basically. So how good code you can write, you have already shown to them, so they will
Hmm.
believe in you. And yeah, then they can continue. So you can check my blog post seekharajak.github.io. My proposal is there. The whole GSoC report is there.
Yeah, I mean,
So
can you ping me the link on the chat? Probably I can like
you
open.
you you can just write SHEKHAR
Yep.
RAJK JAK. Yeah, that's it. You enter.
This one?
.io. The third one is. So you can just refer the whole proposal here. So let's say
Okay.
you are Simpai. So you go to first week. So here you can see contribution before GSoC and contribution after GSoC. There are three parts, right? So this is after this selection. You can see the first blog
Mm-hmm.
post. So you will see the actual proposal how it looks.
Where is the actual thing?
The yeah,
Where?
GSoC application.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, this is the application thing.
This is the abstract and the mailing list. If you see the whole discussion about solve set and solve discussions. So similar thing I did for Ruby Science Foundation. And if you have done this kind of discussion, then you have written your proposal before the GSoC application period.
So this you
So
wrote
this
like before the application.
yeah, this is before the application.
But
So
this is their wiki, right? So
so this is wiki page. So like if you are doing any kind of discussion, that will help in other contributors also. So if you are discussing something, you are trying to solve something, so if you write
hmm?
it some wiki page or any kind of
So anyone
open
can write. Oh,
platform,
okay, yeah, anyone can write.
anyone so this is different for different organizations. So here
Mm-hmm.
I written in wiki page, you can write in Google group. Okay, so in Google group post you write your whole approach, and so it will be remain there forever, so you anyone can refer back and see what happened in this discussion.
Okay.
So yeah, this is how it works.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Got
this is
it.
the approach. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
anything else?
I think yeah, that is good for now. Yeah.
So let's summarize.
Hmm.
So first thing is going to organization list, okay,
Hmm.
in main GSoC website,
Hmm.
and find out your interest area. So you just go through each and every, some of them you already know, like Postman. So you can start from Postman also. So you go through each and every idea list, skill set required. So you will sort
Okay.
this around 10. Okay,
Hmm.
so then you just pick the one you are more interested in and start the setting up the development version and talking to mentors like you are interested in this project. They will
Hmm.
show you the right path. But instead of doing like, hi, I am this, I am studying here,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
this is
Hmm.
my major subject, and I want to contribute, and you just post it. So there are like less chances that you will get reply, because there is nothing new. You are
So
talking about
what's
yourself.
so what's the thing I should do?
So instead of doing that, you can write about you, then the project, and what you tried. Did you read the idea description? Did you read the
Okay.
whole
Okay.
README
Okay.
documentation? So you read it, you find some problem, you write it down there, and you will say, I have already started the contribution. So if you have any questions, that means you have already started if you have any questions or you are finding
Yeah, that's
difficulty
a good
in,
point. Yeah.
yeah, so that is the actual contribution, right? So you are talking about documentation. So you can
Hmm.
contribute to documentation and improve them. So if you, let's say you are not able to install some of the dependency, then then you can improve the documentation. I did this and this fixed the issue. I was
Yeah.
getting this issue and I fixed the issue.
Maybe
So
you can change it in your, yeah, got it.
yeah, so you can open create the issue in GitHub repository, and like you can yourself fix that. You can write the documentation. So that is also one of the contribution, right? So you will get some
Hmm.
good impression from the developers and mentors and lead developers.
Cool, cool. Yeah,
So
that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. So this is how you can uh, put your things, and everyone will understand that yeah, you are working on it.
Hmm.
So this is like very basic example. So after setting up the development version, you will find really you find some bug. So you tried something, but you get something else. So you tried some API and you didn't get the expected result. So
Which is
if you
different
like
from the thing mentioned in their documentation. So,
in the documentation, let's say they are like they have not changed their documentation for the new release, and that is
mm,
deprecated, so you can do all those kind of so this will help you in understanding code base, right? You try it out everything and then you will find some issue. That is also one of kind of contribution. So if you are doing that, you will be opening some PRs. So if you have some PRs like more than 5 or 10, then you will be listed as a contributor. So if you have one PR also, you will be listed as a contributor. But if you have more PRs, that means you are really focused on this
interested
project,
in doing the idea.
interested in doing that. Yes.
Okay.
Then you can start doing. Then if you get bored with the documentation, you can start picking the actual code base task. So
Mm-hmm.
writing the code basically. So yeah, after writing the code, then you should understand how to debug. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
here that is also a good thing, actually. So in Python you have some debugger, and Ruby you have some debugger. Java had
Mm-hmm.
different debugger, and C++. So mostly we used to print out the values. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
that is not the professional way. We used to do that
Mm-hmm.
in college days. Even in college days, no one do that thing also. So you just understand new debugger, you just learn new debugger, how you can debug when you are calling some API, how to
Mm-hmm.
add breakpoint. Okay, so code will stop there, you will see the actual values and so
Mm-hmm.
on. So so you will understand debugger, that will improve your productivity. You will easily get the issue if you are facing any while doing the enhancement or solving the bug.
Okay.
So these kind of smart things you can try out.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I got the idea fairly.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good for now. I mean, that was a lot of information.
Yes.
Probably I should get started with the stuff.